So the Anthem community has been confronted by one of the most elaborate conspiracy theories I think I've ever seen in the gaming industry. It involves EA, it involves Anthem, so a lot of stuff to go over today. Hey everyone, what's up? Overworld Games here, and let us dissect this conspiracy theory. So yeah. Oh, by the way, there's some brand new items on the shop. So yes, some new armor sets have released as of today. They include the shrapnel armor pack for your Interceptor, and then also the scrap belly armor pack for your Colossus, and then this really cool metal dragon scales. Actually looks really cool. I'll show you here right now. Here is my Colossus with the new armor and the scales equipped. I think it looks really cool. This was my favorite out of the two armor sets, and then you have the Interceptor's armor set as well, decked out in all red. I dig it. Let me know which one is your favorite. Post a comment down below, but go check it out. Anyway, let's talk about that conspiracy, shall we? So, it's definitely caused an uproar within the Anthem community for sure. So this was all triggered by this post right here from AZ Anime Fan, who says this: the real reason for loot, balance, and store issues in Anthem. It got several golds, 5,000 upvotes, a lot of attention for sure. I woke up and I saw this. I was like, what is going on? What is happening? So this is what the post reads. It says, okay, hang with me on this one. We all are frustrated with the loot, balance, and store issues in Anthem, right? Well, there was a thread last night I saw here where a guy was claiming he could force the game to give him better loot by reloading into free play over and over again until it started a loot shower to keep him playing. I can't find his post now. If you read this and post here, I'll give you credit for the post. I don't know if this theory was true or sample bias, but it ticked a memory for me about an AI-powered system EA was going to add to a game that at the time I didn't recognize. Here's the news report from January 2018. And he links to this news article right here with the headline that says this: leaked AI-powered game revenue model paper foretells a dystopian nightmare. I'm scared. Now, the article goes on to furthermore say this: an artificial intelligence AI will deliberately tamper with your online gameplay as you scramble for more in-game items to win. The same AI will manipulate your state of mind at every step of your game to guide you towards more microtransactions. Nothing in-game is truly fixed rate. The game maps out your home and cross-references it with your online footprint to have a socio-economic picture of you. So the best possible revenue model and anti-buyer's remorse strategy can be implemented on you. These and more are part of a dystopian nightmare that takes flight if a new AI-powered online game revenue model is implemented in MMO games of the near future. Now, it furthermore goes on to say the following: the paper's slide deck and signed papers with corrections, I'll get into those just more, were leaked to the web by an unknown source with bits of information, names, and brands redacted. It has too much information to be dismissed offhand for being a prank. It's amazing how all that stuff is redacted. And it says, it proposes leveraging AI to gather and build a socio-economic profile of a player to implement the best revenue generation strategy. It also proposes using an AI to consistently alter the player's gameplay, such as the player's actions don't have the desired result, leading towards beating the game, but towards an unfair consequence that motivates more in-game spending. The presentation spans over a little 50 slides and is rich in text that requires little further explanation. It definitely does require more explanation. You guys just cannot look at this stuff at a glance. When you get into this, you'll see what I'm talking about here. So here's some of the slides here that are part of this conspiracy. Now, in the upper right, 2 slides, you'll see a game that may look familiar. That is Anthem. So somehow Anthem has rolled into this conspiracy, and the gist of the conspiracy is again where the game's AI is trying to throttle your experiences in different ways to get you to purchase different things. Now, if that was true with the coins, and let me know if you guys have experienced anything with the coins specifically, then we would have an issue. But when it comes to like legendary weapons and you know, the loot experience, that's a whole separate issue because it's not tied to microtransactions. The only thing that's tied to microtransactions are cosmetics. So I would see the argument if it was like tied to you know, legendary weapons on the storefront. They're trying to like throttle the loot experience or whatever, but you can clearly see that also Bioware can go in and mess around server side with the loot and give us, more drops and stuff like that. That's another thing that the original poster said was happening, that, Bioware wasn't really in control of the AI, that the AI was in control of trying to get you to the store and through microtransactions, and that's why the loot experience has been so bad. So, loot experience has been better since the recent update, in my opinion. Let me know if that's the case for you. It can differ from person to person, but overall, from what I'm hearing, the loot experience is definitely better. Now, a moderator replied to this post. It's a moderator of Reddit. He says this: as this has been posted across Reddit before and is now making its rounds again here, I figured it was worthwhile to sticky a post letting you know this information is most likely false. It was originally sourced from 4chan over a year ago and bounced around on various subs, but only stuck on PC Master Race, where it was thoroughly picked apart by the Blazer. So it's already been picked apart. Feel free to read it here, or where it was recently reposted on the sub, or where you can discuss it here. Now, all this stuff's in the description below, so you can check it out for yourself if you want to see it for yourselves, guys, and dive in and check it out. Now, he highlighted what some of the slides said. Like, if you go in depth with the slides, one of the slides says this: EA can use AI to reconstruct a topographical map of your bedroom using your Wi-Fi signal, using fake mumbo jumbo magic. And then it says EA's AI can detect when women are coming off their period, and it creates ads and that appeal to their desire for dominance. And it says EA is using an AI to listen to your car's engine, so it can guess your income based on the sound it hears. So those, made me definitely burst out laughing right there. The story has definitely been entertaining, no doubt. And you know what? Some of you are like, well, Robbie, EA, they're always trying stuff. And it's true, like EA, Ubisoft, Activision, all these companies are always trying to, figure out ways for their revenue model and, make sure that they adapt to what's happening in the gaming industry based on live service, free-to-play. That's basically the direction a lot of the games are headed. And they're doing it through, surveys and other methods, feedback groups, what have you. But this is, super extreme stuff. Now, you guys remember the days of the Kinect? I know you guys remember the Kinect. That was, pure privacy invasion stuff right there, and that's why that one really failed. So, yeah, sure, there's been concerns about that in the past for sure, and there's, always concerns going forward. But a lot of this stuff is so extreme. Let me know what you make of it, of course, going forward. Now, also, the moderator goes on to say this: feel free to believe this if you'd like, but if you view yourself as a rational person, please take the information posted by the original poster with the largest grains of salt you can find. As an aside, this post was also automatically removed by the auto moderator earlier due to having just a metric kind of reports on it. This happens when the mods don't take any actions approving or removing a post. That is a feature that Reddit has built in. It was reposted by the original poster. And it was all rectified. Apologies for the annoyance. So, what happened was the post was removed several times, or something was happening, and everyone was like, this is part of the conspiracy, I just assumed EA was involved or something. But that explains that. But also, there was another thread, and this one's getting more traction now than the original post. It says this: you guys are being bamboozled by the hacker known as 4chan. And this post goes on to say this. Okay, now onto the slides. And this is referencing those slides I showed you earlier. It says, to begin with, there are occasional grammatical errors. I'm pretty sure I saw its instead of its, which is something you would definitely not see in a corporate type presentation. One of the first images at some point mentions, after the player's individual experience, psychological manipulation tactics causes a consistent and dramatic increase recurrent revenue streams. And it says, besides the grammatical weirdness at the end, I strongly doubt that even the shadiest corporation would use such explicit language to describe the concept. Anyone who's read any of the EA's research bollocs or looked at some of the CIA NSA leaks will know that more political correct or technical terms are used. Speaking of technical terms, for a presumably corporate presentation designed to convince executives or present a system, there are remarkably few actual pieces of data, no tables, no practical examples. Yeah, and I totally agree with that one. It's very vague, very bare bones, no hey, this is what we've done to prove this. This is how we've discovered this research. These are the steps that we have taken to bring you this information. Here's the evidence. There was basically none of that. in the post, and it was like described as a leaked post, and all these slides here were leaked by an anonymous source, and they redacted, I guess, a lot of the supposed brands that were involved with this, which is just I don't know. I think that's just another way of making sure that the poster themselves or something like that, they don't get in trouble or what have you when they created this. So who knows? But yeah. A lot of elaborate conspiracy theories going on. I was not expecting this today. I woke up and I saw the post. I was like, oh crap, what's happening today? What is going on now? What is happening with Anthem? Dang it. I saw that, and yeah, it just got so wacky as you go through the story. It's one of the most, I think it's definitely an entertaining story at the very least. But let me know what you guys make of it. Again, these companies are always trying to push revenue, of course. They're going to try to find ways to do it. But even with Anthem, in the case of Anthem, I feel like, except for today, like we've gotten some really cool outfits today. But for the most part, it's been underwhelming in that way, because a lot of us want more armors on offer. So it's kind of the opposite of what this post was suggesting, for sure. And then for me personally, again, the legendary drops and the drop rates have been pretty decent. They haven't been like astronomical, like I'm getting a legendary every 5 seconds, but they're definitely way better than they were before. Let me know your guys' personal experience. As for the vanity chests, I'm looking at you, vanity chests. Those are a fail in my opinion. Those need to be improved going forward. Like, that's another issue. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned here for more Anthem and open world gaming goodness, and of course Borderlands 3 in there. But thank you guys, and I will see you all next time. Take care.